Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
2 schiaffi li sistemo tutti subito. Ok ragazzi, è ora di farci la missioncina il nuovo mondo su Tartaro. Vai. Vai. Vabbè, salvo anche, non si sa mai. Cazzo, se sapevo che era... Cioè, io non so se è veramente corto e finisce sul pianeta Tartaro.
Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution.
Uh.
Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
Ok.
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684.
Minchia.
Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return. Understood. If you die or are incarcerated for life, I can generate a new ID for the next captain. I would prefer if you return, though. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
E minchia.
I wager it'll take a bit longer than it takes you to lose your patience and storm out of your ship looking to get shot. To be honest, that'd make my job a lot easier. You come out, we shoot you full of holes, and then everyone goes about their day worry-free. Except you. You'll be dead.
Ecco, basta che facciamo mostri i due intenti. Sto precisando preso.
Huh? Oh, yes, sir. Right away, sir. I just couldn't see you clearly before. Screen's on the fritz. Damn thing. But for the record, now that I hear you, I totally recognize you. Totally. You're, you, of course. Obviously. Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge. How can I be of assistance?
Sparati. Ok. Comunque l'intimidazione è il top. Allora ragazzi, io ho raggiunto in realtà il livello 30, che è il livello massimo. Però cacchio, io pensavo di poter salire un altro po' con ste robe, ma in realtà non possiamo. Cioè non possiamo salire un altro po' perché il livello 30 è il livello massimo, credo. Quindi potete vedere che sotto il 30 la barra è al massimo dell'esperienza, credo. Non possiamo andare oltre, purtroppo, perché avrei voluto reimpiegare un pochettino le cose. Aspettate un secondo. Ok, ci siamo. Allora, è ora di spaccare culi. In realtà ci ha mandato lui tipo la sua identità. Praticamente con quella riusciremo a passare senza problemi. Non mi porta nessuno perché voglio anche vedere un pochettino come me la cavicchia. Se ho proprio bisogno di aiuto, torno sulla nave, li faccio scendere l'intera crew. E che vi ripeto, non ne ho bisogno perché sono troppo fantastico, sono troppo overpower. Loro non hanno speranze contro di me, diciamolo. Ok, allora ragazzi, ora di liberare il nostro dottorino. Non so cosa sta succedendo sinceramente, ma si stanno tutti massacrando di brutto. Appena in tempo. Fanculo. Ok. Forse riusciamo ad arrivare senza che si esaurisca sta merda di coso. Forse avrei dovuto aumentare. Fra i vantaggi dovevo aumentare anche questo. Che mi scazza un pochettino non poter aumentare ulteriormente di livello. Cioè ci stava secondo me. Volevo aumentare tutto al massimo. Invece no. Ok, 115 metri qua. Spero e credo non ci sia nessuno. Super cazzola. Ah, Merda, è sigillato. Da dove cazzo passo? Vedi, questi sono i grossi problemi puro. Che puttane. Sprecare. Ah. Dio santo. Dispositivo di occultamento. Dai. 33 metri. Dimmi che non ci sono guardie in mezzo alle balle. Piano. Ok. Perfetto. Ma qui c'è qualcuno? No. Qua posso anche rubare. Volendo. Vedete, non mi dà più neanche i punti. Cioè, prima magari scoprivo le cose e mi diceva, oh, hai scoperto, bla 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 bla. Adesso non me lo dici più. Livello 30 è il massimo. Che palle, però, che palle. Andiamo a transizione verso il pozzo. Allora. Oddio, che è uscita dal pozzo. Se passo da qui, magari riesco a tagliare la strada. Oh, yes. Fai vedere questo. No. No. Pensavo ci fosse qualcosa di interessante. Nei computer solitamente c'è sempre qualcosa di interessante. Queste cose non le frugo. Beh, non lo so. Fanculo, c'ho troppo peso. Ok. Per quanto riguarda il peso non dovrei avere rotture di coglioni per un pochettino. Mio Dio, non mi hanno manco sgamato. Ho fatto proprio bene, guarda, a ottenere l'identità di quel mongoloide. Dovrei riuscire a passare senza farmi sgamare. Così continuiamo a fare il miracolo.
I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help.
Gesù Maria.
Get in there and fight.
Che poco. Shit, mi è finito. Mi è finito. Mi è finito. Ok. Oh cazzo. Non so se magari passo da lì sopra. No, c'è uno qua. Cazzo, aspetta, stanno spostando allora. Fuck. Fuck. Dai, 18 metri. Non voglio farmi sgamare all'ultimo. Ok. Porca troia. Questo si dovrà rispostare prima o poi, ma devo aspettare che si sposti, cioè. Entro oggi, Smigol. Ok, sta levando dei coglioni, uno. Cazzo, sì. Non mi hanno beccato, cagate. Oh merda.
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens. My word! You've correctly identified the most recognizable man in the colony. Remarkable. It's a wonder what Phineas saw in you. Then again, he's an insane person. Thankfully, he's our insane person now. A proper company man. Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around. But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle. Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems. I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through, but it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society? Oh, right. This coming from the psychopathic outlaw. Yes, I'll try to be more open-minded about your path of wanton dissent. We don't need your help.
Morirai, povero idiota. Menzogna, intimidazione, no, vedete?
We'll have to agree to disagree on that one, Captain. Now, if you don't mind, I have to finish prepping this script.
Ah, mica quanto lo ammazzerei, guarda. Ma che c'è guardiani. Povero idiota. Fammi vedere qua. Telecamere, telecamere. Non ha nient'altro, solo telecamere. Ma se rubo si incazza? Meglio non rubare però perché... No, più che altro perché tanto c'ho... Tutto al massimo. No, guarda, mi vede il robottino. Pensavo di doverlo uccidere in realtà. Vabbè, poi nel caso lo uccideremo. Tutto a tempo debito. Prima salviamo il nostro professore pazzo. Vedi, stanno sparando fra di loro. Guarda. Avevamo stretto un'alleanza con questi, se non mi sbaglio. Per quello stanno sparando come dei matti. Guardate, io passo tranquillamente. Non uccido nessuno. Proprio un finale easy. Ecco, sono curioso di vedere se dopo il finale io posso continuare a giocare. Perché ho molte missioni da parte.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've
Modestamente.
disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
È finita.
I'm afraid I can't do that. You have a flair for subtlety. If you'd worked for me, you would have been the greatest fixer Halcyon has ever seen. For all your talents, you are the enemy of Halcyon, and therefore you are my enemy. You make a nuanced and compelling argument. Here's my rebuttal. No.
Vabbè, tutto
Dr.
preparato.
Wells is being held in my custody. His cooperation will prove invaluable, even if I have to beat it out of him. All that's left to do is put down this riot, arrest you, and then get on with the bloody business of saving this colony. I'm aware of your propensity for violence. Halcyon is a bloodier place because of you. I take no pleasure in this, you know. I simply have no other option. Leaving you alive is too great a risk. Goodbye, Captain.
Che paura.
If you insist.
Sì, sì.
This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain. And don't worry. I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically, or something.
Prendo il robottone e te lo infilo nel culo, guarda. Ah, è quello. Ma va a cagare, va. Ne ho steccato così tanto che non è manco idea, mongoloide. Lo prendo per i fianchi e te lo infilo nel sedere. Che cazzo vorrei fare? Ma per favore. Perché è bloccato? Aspetta un attimo. Guardate, adesso vi faccio vedere un'altra magia di nuovo del gioco. Perché questa cazzo di armatura l'ho potenziata e tutto. Ma se la levo, tadan! Riesco ad aprire le porte. Top, vero? Non lo so perché mi fa questi scherzi. Non lo so. Cioè, l'armatura che mi leva a tot. Ma perché adesso sono più pesante di prima? Non ho raccolto nulla. Forse ho sbagliato. Ok, siamo pronti a combattere. Ciao bella! Oh merda, forse 254 di danno, non è tanto. Fuck! Questo è tanto però. Sì, sì, certo, sparano i piedini continuamente, vedrai che prima o poi muori. Faccio solo... Perché c'ho così poco cazzo di bombe? Non capisco perché c'ho così poco, ma ok. Ho troppe poche munizioni, non mi sta bene questa cosa. Perché c'ho così poche munizioni? Ma che cazzo, perché c'ho così poche munizioni? Ok, non so perché, ma ho poche munizioni. Cioè, guardate, ne ho veramente poche. A parte per questo, ma vabbè. Non capisco perché. Il bello è che quest'arma non fa tanti danni, cazzo. Faccio poco danno con sta merda. Surprise, motherfucker! Oh, posso... Minchia, in tutto il gioco non ho mai caricato il colpo. Fuck, sono... Ah, sono arrivati gli amichetti. Ora a me non me ne frega un cazzo. Tanto... c'ho tipo... 200 per curarmi, non me ne frega niente. Potete fare quello che vi pare. Morirete lo stesso. Tu sei il primo, infame di merda. Anzi il terzo. La 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 la. C'è bisogno di tattica. Quando sei così forti. No, aspetta che gli amici poi mi rompono i coglioni. Prego, bastardo. Guarda questo qua è già morto. Poraccio. Sì, adesso voglio vedere lei cosa mi dice. Brutta deficiente. Aspettate che controllo se qua in zona ci sono munizioni perché... Ma non credo. C'ho manco una pallottolina. Vabbè. Ah sì, che bello. Non vedo l'ora di entrare dentro il culo, guarda, con la testa. Una rincorsa, guarda. Stai zitta, deficiente. No! Che un colpo ha tagliato la testa. Ah. Con un colpo mi è bastato.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind. And I can't begin to thank you enough.
Ok.
I'm all right, thanks to you. Akande wanted my cooperation. I'm quite sure she would have beaten it out of me if you hadn't arrived. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
Ok.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
Ovvio.
When I revived you, I thought you were going to help me save this colony. I was wrong. I had our roles reversed, you see. You're the one who's going to save us all. I'm just the one who set you on your path. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists: engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Sanjar's civil liberties and worker-centric policies were slow to catch on with the other corporations. But as Halcyon began its long, arduous journey toward recovery, many of Terra 2's smaller townships started adopting MSI's alternative corporate structure, and eventually became entirely self-sufficient. In the coming years, many of these townships managed to eke by, where otherwise they might have starved. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. The collapse of Edgewater left its workers bereft of any purpose in life. Most of them made their way to Adelaide McDevitt's camp, hoping to ingratiate themselves into her favor. Adelaide accepted only a few to her community. The rest were turned away and likely died of starvation. Nevertheless, Adelaide's camp grew into a well-established town. Adelaide McDevitt refused to cooperate with the ongoing effort to save Halcyon from collapse. A sympathetic deserter stole a copy of her research and delivered it to the Hope's scientists. It is unclear how useful Adelaide's research was. An optimistic estimate suggests her work may have bought Halcyon another few years of survival. Adelaide would never know. She died that winter. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers, schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Parvati didn't survive her adventure with you. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, an MSI subsidiary of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail, or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past, and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you? The unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon. Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Madonna. E quindi praticamente, ragazzi, è finito così di Outer Worlds. Ci sono, credo, parecchi finali. Io ovviamente ho preferito, diciamo, puntare sul finale che tecnicamente si basava su tutto l'inizio, cioè lui che ti salva e lo aiuti a portare a termine il suo piano, cioè, però ovviamente potete cambiare le carte in gioco. Non so, ragazzi, se vi è piaciuto o meno questa serie. A me dispiace purtroppo di non essere riuscito ad arrivare oltre il livello 30, volevo fare, capito, il personaggio perfetto. Noi magari ci vediamo con le prossime serie, ragazzuoli miei, spero vi sia piaciuta E vi saluto e ci becchiamo magari con Death Stranding. Non so se lo starò già portando a quest'ora o ci avrò rinunciato, non lo so. Vedremo ragazzi, vedremo. Ciao a tutti.